What's up, guys? I'm Chris Spags here, back with another Four Corners for today's two-game NBA slate, courtesy of Awesemo.com and presented by SuperDraft. We've got ourselves just 2 games left before the boys pack it up for the All-Star break, so let's get that power of positivity back in the air one last time. And right now, please hit that like button, and if you want your chance to win a free month of Awesemo Plus courtesy of SuperDraft, like this video and comment your top overall value according to DraftKings salaries down below. Nobody got Anthony Simons correctly in that big slate, but today just 2 games to choose from. I think you guys can get it done. So right now, like this video and comment your top value down below. But even with 2 games, we've still got 4 corners to hit, so let's get right into our first corner of the top owned plays. Danilo Gallinari in a game at New Orleans where there's 115.5 implied points for Oklahoma City. Gallo is 56% expected ownership on DraftKings, while he is 42% on FanDuel. Gallo is one of the most consistent players in the league, and while he may not have tournament-breaking upside, he's been over 32 fantasy points in his last 3 games with a very reasonable price tag industry-wide. Another top owned play today looks like Kawhi Leonard in a game at Boston where there's 113 implied points for the Clippers. Kawhi is 47% expected ownership on DraftKings, while he is 52% on FanDuel. Kawhi is well priced for a matchup that should be competitive, and he's maintained his high 34% usage despite a more crowded roster with a healthy Paul George and the addition of Marcus Morris. And our last top owned play today looks like Chris Paul in that game at New Orleans where there's 115.5 implied points for Oklahoma City. CP3 has 40% expected ownership on DraftKings, while he is 56% on FanDuel. Paul is now appreciably more expensive than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Dennis Schroeder after a hot run, despite mostly similar opportunity for all these guys, and the pace and lack of defense New Orleans provides could free up all of the other guys at far less ownership. And now for our next corner, here are the current top value plays, starting with Nerlens Noel in that game at New Orleans where it's 115.5 implied points for Oklahoma City. Noel was severely limited by foul trouble last game, but he's played at least 18 minutes in the 10 games before that, at a price that's shockingly low industry-wide tonight. And a current game time decision who looks like he could be a top value play is Jaylen Brown in the game versus the Clippers, where there's 115 implied points for Boston. Brown is a game time decision and is particularly cheap on FanDuel, but if he's in, he looks like the best value on Boston's side on all of the DFS sites today. And another Thunder top value is Steven Adams in that game at New Orleans, where there's 115.5 implied points for Oklahoma City. Adams is priced down on both sites, but on FanDuel in particular, and both he and Noel are in a good spot in this pace about New Orleans, but don't seem like they should be played in the same lineup due to their lack of shared court time. And now for our next corner, here are some of the core plays I'm looking at, starting with Zion Williamson in that game versus Oklahoma City, where there's 118.5 implied points for New Orleans. Zion exploded for 50.75 fantasy points and 36% usage in 29 minutes without Brandon Ingram last game. He'll be fine if Ingram is in, but a potential smash play if the game time decision Ingram is out. And another core play for me looks like Dennis Schroeder in that game at New Orleans, where there's 115.5 implied points for Oklahoma City. In addition to being a pivot to a chalky Chris Paul, Schroeder just looks solid with his price down with 27% usage on the year and upwards of 30 minutes in 10 of his last 11 games. And my last current core play looks like Kemba Walker in the game versus the Clippers, where there's 115 implied points for Boston. Kemba sees a usage boost if Jaylen Brown misses the game, but he looks solid even if Brown is in, with 28% usage and Patrick Beverley expected out for the Clippers. And now for our last corner, here are some lower owned dart throws that I'll look at tonight, starting with Derek Favors in the game versus Oklahoma City, where there's 118.5 implied points for New Orleans. Favors hasn't topped 25 minutes lately, but he could be on the high end of his court time with Adams on the other side, and rim running guards to Oklahoma City who will require him to protect the interior. Another lower owned dart throw for me is Marcus Morris in that game at Boston, where there's 113 implied points for the Clippers. Morris hung 50.75 fantasy points on Boston in his first return to his former team as a Knick, and he was up to 35 minutes for the Clippers last game, with potential as a lower-owned pivot or addition to Kawhi and Paul George. And my last lower-owned dart throw looks like Drew Holiday in the game versus Oklahoma City, where there's 118.5 implied points for New Orleans. Drew becomes more of a priority play if Brandon Ingram is out, and possibly less appealing than Ingram if he's in, but he's a reasonably priced play in either situation with some need for shot creation against Oklahoma City's decent 106 defensive rating. So that's what it looks like so far for tonight's short slate. So right now, please hit that like button if you want your chance to win a free month of Awesemo Plus courtesy of SuperDraft. Like this video and comment your top overall value according to DraftKings salaries down in the comments below. And as always, SuperDraft is a presenting sponsor with the Four Corners, so go check them out right now at superdraft.io. Yesterday had their biggest tournament ever with 10K up top. They're going to be doing a lot more like that, so go sign up right now and use the promo code Awesemo to get yourself $20 free with a deposit of $100 or more. Do it right now at superdraft.io or by downloading SuperDraft in the App Store and use that promo code Awesemo for your $20 free. And with the All-Star break going, maybe you want to try out some other content, so use this promo code Switch and Hedge for half off your first week of any Awesemo Plus package. The NHL's going on, the PGA's going on, XFL left projections for as well. So go check that all out right now using the promo code Switch and Hedge at awesemo.com/join for half off your first week. Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Chris Spags for the aforementioned XFL. I've got my column coming out later today, as well as a strategy show tomorrow tomorrow with Sal Vetri. I've also got my personal podcast coming out this weekend once again, so check me out right now on Twitter and Instagram at Chris Spags. Tonight on Live Before Lock, you've got Fast Eddie Fear and Sal Vetri, so tune into those gentlemen later today. And of course, I'll be back with you guys after the All-Star break with another Four Corners, so I hope you guys enjoy this little time off from the NBA. I'm going to enjoy it as best I can, and I'll see you guys again soon. So enjoy your nights, and good luck.